Hi everyone, just thought I would do a short video to introduce myself in case you don't know who I am. My name is Chris Orapello. I do a podcast called Down at the Crossroads, which can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, you name it, it's probably available there. And if it's not available there, please let me know and I will make it available there for you. The Down at the Crossroads grew out of a previous podcast that I used to do called The Infinite and the Beyond, which is also found in the same podcast feed as Down at the Crossroads. They're just labeled differently. Down at the Crossroads is labeled DATC. The Infinite and the Beyond is labeled TI and TB. So they help distinguish those shows for you in the RSS feed for the show. But I decided to do a YouTube channel, different medium, different outlet, different venue type thing, different advantages to it, for the fun of it. We'll see how this pans out. Aside from being a podcaster, I identify as a witch, magical practitioner. I grew up in South Jersey, southern New Jersey, and that's where I currently live with my partner, Tara. We've been together for 14 years now, going to be 15 in a couple months. But for the last couple of years, we've been practicing together, which we hadn't been before because we just had very different paths. I've been on my path for over 20 years. She's been on her path for that much, if not much longer. I think it's more on the much longer side of things. So lately we've been working together and coming up with our own way of doing things and our own tradition. I moved away from, I was like a lot of people where you get involved in Wicca. That's a very popular thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just there. It's so available. It's so present that you can't help but come across it, and in most cases get involved with it. But I've moved away from Wicca. And we're now doing our own thing, which we are calling the Black Tree Coven, which is a non-Wiccan tradition and regionally specific to South Jersey. I hope to go into that at some point on this podcast, on this YouTube channel. So as far as my background goes, and the 20 years of being involved in these things, I've read up on a lot of different stuff. Like Golden Dawn tradition, Thelema, some of Aleister Crowley's stuff, chaos magic, folk magic, things like that. And it's kind of where I'm at now, where we're doing more of a traditional witchcraft thing that's a little bit inspired by Robert Cochrane and the work of Jim McGarry and others. So we're seeing how it goes. We're building on it. We're working it out. Trying to do something different, new, trying to feel it out, trying to do something that is more relevant to who we are as people, and trying to just break the mold if possible. It's a very tough thing to do. Aside from being a podcaster and a witch, I'm also an artist, specifically a pagan artist, and I am currently working with Sacred Source, which is a beloved statue company, which many of you probably are already familiar with. But I'm working with them and they're carrying some of my work. Currently they have one statue that I did called the Witch Lord, and it can be found on their website called sacredsource.com, specifically is their website. So do check that out. As far as this channel goes, the channel itself is going to be an exploration of it's probably going to be like an exploration and anecdotes of my path and my thoughts. Probably talk about witchcraft, the tools of witchcraft, different practices, whatever strikes my fancy, whatever I feel is relevant that I want to bring to you. Also, I may do shows that are personal commentary on my podcast. So, my afterthoughts of the show. The current format of the show is all interviews. So I don't like to bring my thoughts into the podcast episodes, so I can maybe bring some of my thoughts over to here, to the YouTube channel. So, I hope you enjoy this channel, and I hope you subscribe and travel with me on the future of this channel. So, thank you.